So we're gonna have today a great topic, which is humor in music, and something that we actually don't see every day when we go to symphony, and how many different composers have approached humor into their compositions. And I thought, okay, I want to be a good friend, so we take some music out of some pieces out of his repertoire, and I call him Mozart. Mozart is definitely one of my best friends, and I love his music. I love him so much that actually look what I got at some point. I'm gonna share it with you. It's cool. I am on to this. So this is my really good friend Mozart. I'm gonna just talk about different pieces that I think will represent this. But before that, today let me just find Evan, because Evan, our dear friend Evan, who saved my life last week when I got disconnected. He's gonna be the one who is giving us the two truths and a lie.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, everyone. How are you doing?
I am well. All right, great to be here, everyone. So wonderful to see all your faces and names. So without further ado, two truths and a lie with Evan Berg. All right, the first truth, maybe lie, is I own 20 drums. And the second one is I once starred in a radio play. And then the last one is that my favorite composer is Ravel, Maurice Ravel. Give it a thought and send me your answers.
This is Salieri, and many people said he was his enemy, but I don't think so.
The rest is just the same, isn't it? It doesn't really work, does it? Did you try? Shouldn't it be a bit more? Or this? This? Yes. Better? What do you think?
How did you like that? That's Salieri, that's Mozart, and the Habsburg. So where actually they commissioned them pieces, and yeah, you might say, hey, would you like making fun of Salieri because his melody was too simple? But yeah, that was a way actually we describe Mozart as many times that he was just always looking into how other composers would be, let's say, innovative. And for that one, let me just show you right now a music that he composed, Mozart composed, called A Musical Joke. So, Ein musikalisches Spaß, or A Musical Joke in English, it's just a piece where we wanted to show how other composers were really too simple and too obvious with some of the things, like just basic things, and he wanted just to a little bit kind of like show off what he was able to. Mozart, in this music, he was just showing how composers would be as simple as this is just for him something that he would say it's just too simple. He would just actually go into something different. For instance, if you just go to piano music that he composed, and you get one of his sonatas, if he want to have something like this, the second time, he would be doing something like this. No, he actually would be minor. And then major. innovative ways to do things. If you take even the opera, for instance, magic flute, for instance. So you have the Papageno, who is like a bird catcher. And that bird catcher had been punished because he was just talking too much. And he was just saying that he killed a snake that saved Tamino. And then the three ladies who actually did kill the snake, they said, hey, you're lying, and because of that, I will mute you. So that's why he, instead of singing a beautiful aria, bum, 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 he sings something like this. So everything muted. That's what he actually wanted to show, that things could be different. And reading the script, like he was just describing everything so clear. Or for instance, in a symphony, like the not 35, Hafner symphony, he wants to show this. And then something like he did. So that's how he wanted just to do the same thing other composers did, but with a little bit of humor. So it also not having too obvious, too easy. He did something like he broke down the same melody into three different octaves. So you hear? So that's Mozart. He wanted to always give the same music some humor, something new, something that was unpredictable. And I think that's why Mozart is so fantastic, because the same thing he was just doing with a little bit of humor. So this is my representation of Mozart, always just like same music in a different way. So, and there's also some video I wanted to show you. His dad, Leopold Mozart, wrote an Alphorn concerto, so a concerto for an Alphorn. And this friend decided to not play it on an Alphorn, but with a garden hose as the tube, a funnel as the bell, and a horn mouthpiece. So hold tight, here we go. So you know what? I did it once with Medellin Philharmonic. I asked the first horn to do the same thing. We just went. We bought some garden hose. We put a funnel at the end, and he just played that great concerto. And something else I wanted just to say, it's like not only Mozart did little jokes in music. We know about Haydn, for instance, with his Surprise Symphony. That's the Symphony number 94, where he actually and in his second movement of that symphony, usually people just fall asleep during that movement because it was really slow. So he said, I'm tired of people falling asleep during my second movements. And then he played first phrase in piano. Let me just play for you. Then the second time in pianissimo, in pizzicato. then at the very end, a big surprise. So everyone just got surprised, and maybe some scream happened during the concert, and Haydn said, "I fooled you." So that's a really beautiful joke in music history. Um, and I wanted to show you another video that is quite fun. It's not Haydn, but it's actually Stravinsky. One day you all will play a beautiful piece called Firebird. That Firebird has a place before the Infernal Dance where it's so quiet, it's so soft, and all of a sudden the orchestra plays fortissimo. Let me show you this video and please laugh with me. That was really fun. That's the surprise, but in the 20th century. So that was a scream from somebody at the audience that definitely got so positive. And today we have a surprise for you. So we've been having a great year with the Youth Symphony, and I've been honored and privileged to conduct this orchestra. And every year since 1962, you can write, and Janice can correct me on that, the Youth Symphony Orchestra has selected, they have voted the recipient of the Inspiration Award. So that's a person that actually always gives you courage, that helps conductor, helps coaches, that is always been a role model in everything. And today we have Janice introducing who's the recipient for this award. And just go take you to Janice.
Well, good morning. I'm here to present the Inspiration Award. But first, you have to know this is the first time that I've ever done this in my slippers and in my kitchen. Anyway, it is my pleasure to present the 2020 Seattle Youth Symphony Orchestra's Inspiration Award. This award has been given each year since 1962 to the player who has served as a model and an inspiration to the entire orchestra. Each year, the recipient is voted on by their peers through a secret ballot. The identity of the recipient has not been announced. This year's winner is one of the most amazing young people I have had the pleasure to meet and watch grow. He first played with SYSO under the direction of Maestro Adamo of Debut Orchestra in 2015. He then advanced to junior for 1 year and made it to our youth orchestra in the fall of 2018. He is a senior this season and completes his tenure in YSO, sitting principal proudly and with a performance style that still has us talking about him in the office. We were all cheated out of so much this year, but in just 6 short months, this young man made an indelible mark on many of his YSO peers. This was very evident by the resounding number of votes that were cast for him. He is truly an inspiring human being. I won't be seeing this delightful young man on Saturdays, as he is one of our graduates. He is venturing out into the world to a new adventure, but he takes with him the love and affection of the entire SYSO family, and most certainly mine. It is my undeniable pleasure to award the 2020 Inspiration Award to Shosuke Kiyami. Congratulations, Sho.
It's been quite a year, and you all heard this excerpt from Liber Tango by Piazzolla, and you you could kind of like recognize the melody, but it was not truly the whole melody. The reason is because I asked Shaw and some other friends at the Youth Symphony to improvise on that beautiful thing before we start playing the piece. And something I want to say is Shaw just said first, yes, I'm happy to do it. And that's something that he was probably not so comfortable doing, but I love how much courage he has. And I'm so sure this is one of the big assets you have, Show, that is going to just take you really far in this life, because you are just fearless about all different options we have in life. And probably that was one of the first time we had YSO make an improvisation on the spot. And sure, you were a leader for that. I'm really excited to see that everyone at the orchestra recognizes your leadership and you're a role model. Sure, any words?
I didn't really have anything prepared. I appreciate it a lot. Thanks everyone. I don't know. It's been real fun. I feel like I haven't been part of SYSO for too long, but I don't know, for the time I've been here, it's been really fun. I've always looked forward to Saturday rehearsals. Obviously making beautiful music, but also just hanging out with really fun people. For lack of better words, it was honestly vibing. It was, yeah, it was really fun. Thank you. I've gotten a lot better over the years, and definitely SYSO's played a large part of that. And yeah, also Maestro, thanks for this wonderful year. I wish I could, come back next year. Unfortunately, I'm off. So thank you again to everyone.
So my 3 items were I own 20 drums, I once starred in a radio play, and that my favorite composer is Ravel. Many of you correctly assessed that the truth, or the lie, was indeed that my favorite composer is Ravel. Ravel is one of my favorite composers. I think a lot of people, but not my favorite. I cheated a little bit by sort of just saying that I have too many favorite composers for there to be a single one. And it is true. I do own 20 drums. I had to count. I got up to 19, and then I decided I really wanted to get to 20, so I counted my tambourine too. And then I did once start in a radio play. I was one of the primary roles in John Cage's A City Wears a Slouch Hat.
See you next week.